the note, one thing that we loved this year was the final chapters of The Best Man.
Can I start off by saying, Morris, if you need a wife,
he's got a wife.
He's married.
20 years.
you need another one. I will be Carisha, okay? I will. And these to the side.
He's got a wife of 20 years.
Like,
Carisha, please. 20 years. He ain't leaving.
He's aging like fine wine.
He loves her.
He is. They all are. They all are. I think Quentin had work done to his, because his eyes looked a little weird.
Who's?
Quentin, during some parts. His eyes looked a little weird during some episodes. Like maybe he had allergies or something. I don't know. His eyes looked a little weird around some parts. But anyway, I watched it 3 times. So.
I will say this because I want you with Mars Chestnut. He knows, he always, when we were watching it, he kept messing with me about Mars Chestnut because he's like, yo, I know that's your man. They scared me in the beginning when he had the beard. I didn't like the beard.
yeah. He let himself go.
But he was going through it.
He was breathing.
Going through.
But that was the makeup. My boyfriend was like, you watching too hard. I was like, it's like, you watching too hard.
Let me say this. Malcolm Lee, let me say this. I'm so glad that you guys did it this way and not a movie.
Me too.
Because it gave us
that
a chance.
Closure.
Yes.
And
it gave us. You still need more?
Closure.
I still need more.
Yeah, I want more chapters.
It gave us the illusion to say whether or not Harper and Jordan are going to actually get together. So that was a little, because I always felt that they should be together, but then they shouldn't. But then the chapters was so multifaceted with fatherhood, with Harper's character, because me and my husband, and then Chris didn't see it, but me and Noe was talking about it with that whole situation, with Harper's situation, and then with Mars Chestnut's character and his son, and then Quentin with his situation, and then with Murch and his situation with his kids. So it was so many different dimensions with fatherhood and how it was it was approached from every different lens. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And I told Noe, I was just like, the best part that I felt of the whole series was when Lance went to Harper's door.
That was my favorite part.
And got the table. He went and got the table.
Yes.
And then Murch came in, fixed the food.
Yeah.
And then Quinn came in. He got the ice cube.
Yeah.
And then they sat down at the table. And they was like, we need a fourth.
I'm starting to tear up.
Yo, that was the best part of the entire series. I was like, everybody needs
that type of friendship. That type of
brotherhood, sisterhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody say nothing. He was like, I'm about to run a Boston on y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs that type of friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood. I was like,
that is so nice.
That wasn't like, dude, it's going to be okay. Yeah. When Shelby, what's her name, came through the door and she was going off on Harper because he filed for full custody. And, here goes Shelby talking about, she's a mother. She knows what's best for her child. And here go Harper. Yeah, like you, when you kept getting away from his father, her father, for 10 years. And he was like, he did it, Will Smith. She was like, keep my wife's name. Yo! I was just like, yo, this is like the best.
I was weak because I was like, yo, he had the best lines.
Yes.
Entire
Yeah.
series.
Yes.
Quinn had the
Everybody was
best
Joe.
lines.
What up, Joe? Everybody was Joe.
He had the best lines.
When he
Yep.
had that heart attack, I was like, if they gonna let this nigga die, I was like,
Girl.
if they make him die,
Like,
I'm
damn,
going
another
to.
person? Shit.
Right. That would have been too
What
much.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
because I think because we already lost.
Mia.
Yeah, I don't think.
Like, I don't think we could do any more.
done
Like,
that
we
to
already
us
break enough.
because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
long. I remember the best man holiday. I went
Oh.
Yeah, there was too much tears on the Best Man holiday. It was. I was
and
too bipolar on the Best Man holiday. It was too much
We
tears, laughter,
know.
tears, laughter. I was like,
that it would have been that, that dramatic. So we shared a tissue because we had no tissue, so much tissue, and then we like,
He didn't expect that.
Terry.
You know what? They were very clever with the Best Man Holiday. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the Best Man Holiday, when they went on tour and did interviews on different shows, Mia was never there. She was not. From the beginning, when they started advertising for the movie, Mia was purposely X'd out of all the interviews they did to promote the movie. She was never there. So they were very clever.
I don't remember.
Look it up. Like,
Yeah, it's been so long.
they did not, and I peeped that out back then. I said, no wonder, because I kept saying, where's that girl at? And then when I saw the movie, I was like, that's why they wanted you to feel
Right.
the realness of her character being gone.
I like the fact that they had that cameo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of her.
Of her.
Yeah, I was glad. I wish that she would have been there as a ghost of a little longer, you know. But I was glad that they brought back the first Best Man cameo of Lance and him being a womanizer. I was glad that they brought that Lance back. Yeah.
When you go, ooh.
Yo,
So question. Huh? You do that for everything?
Everything now.
So let me ask you a question. I got a couple questions. What do you think should have happened, or do you think he handled it the right way? When Murch went to get the cab.
Oh, yes.
And his daughter was already in the cab. And Karen came and put her dog in the car and did her whole spiel, and then the cops came over. Do you think that he could have handled it differently?
When I saw that, I said to hubby, the cab driver, you saw it 3 times, so maybe you could correct me. The way it looked like the cab driver stopped for him and his 2 daughters.
He did.
So my thing was, at that situation, the cab driver should have said, no, I stopped for him and his 2 daughters. He should have been a mediator. He just sat there and just watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Murch, knowing that the cab would stop for him, he's like, hell no. Like, no, this is my cab. And his daughter was already in there. So it's like, do you let your daughter get out the cab because of a dog?
No, I think that he saw his situation as a no-win situation. He's a black man against a Karen, and the cops show up and automatically take her side. So he's like, let me get my daughters out of this to safety, so no one dies in this situation. So
you feel that he handled it
as a black man? He did what he felt was the best for him and his daughter's safety at that that moment. As other people, other black men have felt like, let's stay here and fight. Let's, but it's just like at the end of the day,
the black father.
Right. Right. He's
Father
like,
first.
I'm a dad at
Then
this moment. I don't want to get shot in front of my girls.
Because I would say the same thing, because it's just like, yo, all right, ma'am, just go about your business. Like, I ain't got time to deal with this right now. I got other things to worry about, like how Shauna said, like, I'm like, you gotta think of it like, I got 5 seconds.
Right.
In 5 seconds, anything could turn. So you know what? God bless you.
Right.
Have a good day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what happens? So, and
And then just be like,
right.
Until you do right by me, you know, as you go on.
You know, a few
Then you
chapters
think
ago
about
of my
no
life,
trouble. You know?
you know, like how I've had those incidences where I went to my daughter's jobs and act a damn fool. You know, like I told y'all in one of the shows, the day before Will Smith said that, I told my daughter's coworker, keep my daughter's name out your fucking mouth. I said that. I didn't say fucking. I said keep my daughter's name out your mouth. So the very next day, I was like, oh, me and Will got something in common. But I said it to I really did. I was like, so you know me. I'm like, that is God telling me I did the right thing. But anyway, so say,
she's like, thank you, Lord.
Confirmation, Jesus.
I pray that if I'm ever in that situation where it's my daughter, as a black woman, as my daughter is getting in the cab and is saying, if that ever happened, I pray, because sometimes our mind, well, me, I'm talking for me. Sometimes my mind goes from 0 to 100, and I don't know. Sometimes like I click,
right,
and I need something to pull me back, and sometimes that something don't have the strength and the authority over my mind, and I lose my mind. So, you know, I commend him. I commend the character in the show that he was able to do that. But I do commend the writers, because for white America, they need to really see it for what it is, and they're showing it. And other shows have done the same thing, where they're showing that Karen character and how she could be an asshole.
right?
Because he was literally coming out of a prestigious night, you know, and his daughter was well dressed. He was a well dressed. Obviously, you know, they're all back and forth in the city. You know, they ain't coming from the slums, you know, and you catching a cab. But yet, that's your situation.
What I love, though, I love when she was out with her girlfriends for lunch, and they show you different scenarios of what he wanted to do to her.
Oh yeah.
Part, I was like, oh my God, did he really do that?
Oh yeah.
You know, so funny.
So that one. All right. So the next one is, did you think that how they, because it kind of shows you the difference of how we raise our children now, and these what are they? Are they Gen Zers now? Are they, what are their kids called?
Gen Z. I think it's still
They're Gen Z.
Zers, or is it a new one now?
I don't know what they're, because as soon as I saw LJ, I already knew. The minute he came on the scene, when he I was just like, I already knew what the situation was.
Oh, you're talking about Lance.
LJ's friend that they went to go and visit to find out where LJ was when he went missing.
Oh, that was something.
I wanted to uppercut that nigga with a 2-piece and a biscuit. Lex.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Where he at? All this day, the hour, shouting
Talk
out.
about, I'm sorry, who you referring to? What you said, Shauna?
So it depends on the age, because starting in 2010, it's Generation Alpha.
Ain't no Alpha and Omega. What the
I'm just telling you.
Generation Alpha. Okay. Well,
Generation Y. So
too much.
Generation Y, and then it's Alpha.
Okay. Well,
them.
Well, them. Well, because Merch's kids have severe anxiety, Kennedy is the spoilest of the spoiled LJ, obviously he is trying to find himself. This Lex is just like, I'm sorry, who are you referring to? We in a state of emergency, and you worried about me talking about the proper pronoun. I'm trying to find my child.
He was teaching the class in a tragedy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out who you're referring to. I just found out he non-binary the day before yesterday, and you trying to get me the proper pronoun.
And it's about my parents accept me for who I am. This ain't the time.
This ain't the time for you to teach me about pronouns.
He was like, I bet you your parents won't give you the same ass whipping I'm about to give you.
You know what I'm talking about? That pissed me off beyond pissed offness.
I was like, oh.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was accurate. It was accurate because that is exactly what happens.
But you're talking about, I'm sorry, who you're referring to?
So to go off just a little bit, I was watching Growing Up Hip Hop, and Pepper and Dumb and Treach's daughter is pregnant.
Is she? Okay.
So Treach had the conversation with her husband. So he's facing these charges. He may end up in jail. And he's asking him, how are you going to take care of my daughter? So he goes and runs to their son, to Pepper's son, her older son.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's like, please just speak to Treach, just speak to Pops because, he don't see I'm trying, And the son was like, yo, these kids nowadays are so soft. He was like, he had a conversation asking, how are you going to take care of my
daughter?
And you are now like, yo, like he don't see I'm trying. So it just goes back to the best man. These kids are so sensitive.
Yep.
And it's just like, I don't know if they could deal with the world. Like, it's just like if everything, oh my gosh, she hurt my feelings and, I'm hurt. And
the stuff that we had to go through.
Oh, girl.
Growing up, like I was watching the Def Jam 25 reunion. The Def Jam 25, whatever, was it the reunion? And I just watched how we was with Def Jam and how niggas would rag on people in the audience.
Yes.
Just being in a comedy show back in the day.
Yes, it was devious.
You couldn't even sit in a comedy show without somebody talking about your flaws from head to toe.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But it's just a strength.
Too soft. These kids is too soft.
It's the strength. There's a post I saw about us exes. It's a post of how we had to walk home alone from school. We had to make our own food. We had to wash our own clothes. It's just like we're a strength that a lot of these kids need.
Like we were watching Malibu's Most Wanted the other night. And that's one of my favorite movies. And with Tay Diggs and all of that stuff. We was watching it. I was just like, yo, that couldn't be out right now.
Half of the stuff that came out
not be out right now.
Everybody would be offended. Everybody would be offended.
Live in Color.
That would be canceled
Martin
in 3 seconds. So question, because this was definitely something. When Robin, and I didn't agree how Harper was, because it's a two-way street. Cause she's been flaky since best man number one. When she's a caterer, god damn it. When she was trying to find her creative niche. Remember, she has been all over the place with what she wanted to do since the first best man.
True.
But she was upset because there was no heat, as if she couldn't call the people for her thermostat herself. I don't understand that part.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that you had to get Jaha to come and bring you some heaters. Like, I didn't understand that part. As if she was a damsel. That if she was a damsel, that couldn't
call somebody.
A man had to do that for you. Like, I couldn't understand that part. And because of the fact that you called him and wanted something at the spur of a moment, you wanted to buy however $1 million property at the spur of the moment. And because he didn't do it, now he on your list, right?
Yes.
But all of that is one thing. And him not going to Ghana for the month. That's another thing.
No, for 3 months.
For 3 months. But you deciding to divorce him is one thing. You saying at the divorce mediation that you are going to take their child, take his daughter to another continent.
I wanted to fight her then. I'm like, you wildin', sis.
And not tell him until that divorce mediation. And then get mad because he's just like, I'm giving you the house. I'm giving you everything you want. I'm not fighting you on nothing. I just want y'all to be okay because I'm being 5 blocks away. But now you trying to take my daughter to another continent.
That was wrong.
So I'm going to file for custody of the child. So now you going to come into my friend's house, not speak to nobody, but you going to come in guns blazing. Call me a Uncle Tom. Clarence Thomas. Go. What y'all think? Who was right? Who was right?
No, guys.
I think he was right.
I don't know. In this situation, there is no right, because at the end of the day, it's about a child. She should have. That's not a decision that you make alone.
Definitely
but by law, that was one
child.
thing. I mean, I know it's a movie, but by law, she can't take her out of the country without his approval.
Right.
He has to sign off, especially if she's underage.
Right.
And her girlfriends didn't even like put any common sense in her head saying, yo, Robin, that's not right. They actually had her back.
Well, because they see it as mom. You know, they just see her as mom. You know,
it's not like he's
a bad father.
A deadbeat father. If he was a deadbeat father that doesn't show up for his kids and not
totally different, I'd be like,
yeah, that's all right. I'm out. But he's an active father that wants to be there with his kids. You know how many people want that? And you gonna sit there and make the decision? Put your hand down.
Sorry.
Put your hand down.
I'm just saying. And you see how that baby was crying for her daddy when he left?
And you just like this. Oh, it's okay, sweetie. Come on, turn around. I wanted to freaking. I swear they got a response out of me for doing that because I was angry the whole day watching.
And he's standing in the middle of the street. He's standing in the middle of the street.
And he's like.
And that's when his boys had to come. That's when his boys had to come and run a Boston on him.
That's a different, it's not like you can just get in an Uber and go.
Girl, you can't even get on a bus. You can't get on a train.
That is a specific timed flight because I'm sure there's not like
that's shots. That's shots.
Hey, that's shots.
Yeah,
I'm going to Africa. No.
Shauna tells me that I'm just trying. I was talking about moving to Cali, which I'm thinking still. She was just like, "Look, I can't get to you quick enough."
I told her that.
Girl,
I can't get there.
That's a 5-hour flight. I'm gonna need to
Cali, and I'm grown.
You need me. I can't just
Girl.
Like pop up like I used to. Like, no. That's a total, no,
He was wrong. Because I felt like fighting for him. I was just like, look, I guess we gonna have to square up then.
I think it was, she should have had that talk.
Prior to that meeting.
She spur of the moment. She go to Jamaica and talk about how about if we stay. Nigga, what?
He's like, you don't know.
Now you want to stay in a hut and cook for people in a hut? Like
he was like, you don't know what you want.
Because she was like infatuated with her. I was like, I was trying to figure out where that storyline was going.
now you want to cook for people in a hut in Jamaica? Like you just all over the place.
Oh Lord.
She is all over the place, yo.
And she wanted to move. Didn't she want another place in like Harlem or so? Like she wanted to.
And Harper did everything she wanted him to do.
At the spare of the moment too.
He's
like
in a shelter right now.
Girl. But then she said she don't want the house. But then she over here eating mushrooms with Jaha.
Yeah, she was flighty. She was jumping all over the place.
But then everybody talk about, you know, she's the mother. Yeah, she wants to feed the hungry. Thank you for feeding the hungry.
I just want to give a shout out to Nicole.
Ari Parker.
Yes.
Can we give a shout out to Nicole?
Unicorn?
Can we give a shout out to Nicole Ari Parker? Because, yo, it was...
But she was like, but I loved her. She was just like, I know you slept with my husband. It's okay. Like,
yo, that's dope. That's dope.
that takes a level of restraint that I don't have.
Whoa.
Yo, I say when we go to the sisters trip, that we do the shaman.
I want to do the shaman.
Yes.
I can see us all having mixed reactions.
I want to drink whatever that was that they had.
Yes.
I don't know if I can handle all of that.
Yes.
I want to do whatever that was that they had.
We gotta have somebody taping us.
Yeah, no, you know what? We should plan that. Like, I'm excited.
Do that.
You thought about it? I'm excited.
I want to do that.
We gotta do it because I can see the footage back. Like we come back and watch the video.
Like, I just want to be free.
I want to be free.
I just asked y'all if anything happened, don't leave me in the front of the door of the ER. And run.
Well, you know, Keisha, when she get under the influence, she be like, I'm a bad bitch. Girl. I'm a bad bitch. You should. Let's plan that for next year.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So lastly, our brother Julian, the MMA fighter.
Oh my God.
He got upset with Harp for his portrayal in the movie.
He didn't rag on him though. He looked like a damn fool. Okay, good. I'm sorry.
But did he not bend over backwards to Shelby? Did they not portray him as he was?
Accurately.
But I think that...
Was it not a mirror to his face?
But I think to see it, he just felt like I don't want to be that now. I want to be the strong one. And hence the MMA fighting.
But you're mad because of who you actually were.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a misguided portrayal of you. That's who you were. Hey, Shelby, like you let that chick run all over you.
But But to see it on screen and to have other people see that you may not, that's not something.
At first when I saw that, like when they started showing that he was gonna do the fighting, I was like, where are we going with this? But then I swallowed the pill and started like enjoying that part of it.
I knew Dr. Temple was a jerk.
Me too.
The minute I saw him.
Yeah, when he was like, I was just like, oh yeah, he's a creep. He's a perv.
Yes.
He's a creep.
The minute his hand started sliding, I said,
"It's always one."
And the guy had to be us. I would have preferred he'd be a Caucasoid.
And a black fetish or something.
But unfortunately, he had to be one of us.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then she had to take him down.
Oh, she did. She sure did.
Well, I mean, I, for one, loved all the nuances from the kids to their relationship and how I even love Shelby and Quentin's marriage.
Yes, and the daughter with
they were perfectly toxic.
They were, yeah, they were perfect.
Toxic. I love toxic.
They were perfect.
Daughter with the pocketbooks and
and his father,
yes,
overpaying the lady.
It seemed like all those 8 chapters touch on a lot of subjects.
It's so much.
Yeah.
So much lessons.
That's why they can't end it.
They can't.
And I think it was the right way because we have been invested in them since way back in 1999. So
crazy,
I know.
I'm proud of them though, because when I heard that they were coming out with this thing, I said, you ever hear when a movie's coming out, like, why don't y'all just leave it alone? Like let it at that time before I even saw it, I was like, best man again, like what y'all gonna do now? But now I'm like open. I'm like, fuck the final chapters. Let's
let's make this a yearly thing. Let's keep it going.
Nothing that's
6 seasons of this.
Right. Like, and the thing is that makes it more great is that they all have great chemistry within. Wow. Shoot, like, because sometimes you have an all-star cast and it just seems like it's too much because it's an all-star cast. But like the chemistry amongst them, it just made it like Black excellence. Come on.
Black excellence. And they all doing their doggone thing. When Jordan left MSNBC and she took her little scarf off her neck and and she was walking down the street.
With her fine ass off. She is aging like fine wine. And her tits was popping. I was like, yo.
I thought about her bootleg boo that cheated on her with that Mormon chick. I was just like, you was a fucking fool.
Mm-hmm.
You was a dub.
Dub.
You want to cheat on that?
Exactly.
For that? And the only reason the Celtics put him on blast is because she was
Yeah.
But that's why she was at that. I want to thank you. Listen. And I'm glad that Lance ended up with a Jamaican original Don Dada.
Yes.
She got a nice little ring, I just say, all right, Lance.
She could have been me. Good.
It was supposed to be you. Listen, Malcolm Lee and the cast of the Best Man Final Chapters. We thank you for giving us such.
Yeah, I was so mad when I got to chapter 8. I was like, damn it, this is almost over.
Like, this is it? But you got the Pulitzer Prize, Hop.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Pulitzer Prize. From always. Yeah. I was like, all right. We don't wear. I was like, we don't went from college to the Pulitzers.
Yes. Yes.
So on that note, to the early bird today, EVE, KISH, Quiche. Shauna Dawn, I'm your girl, Kaya. We are Between Sisters. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We are now on TikTok and IG. And until next time, meet us in Central Pay. Bill you.